The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough, join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Bert's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Ooh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.
Hello, Sofa Squad. How's everybody doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope you all are doing well. Long time no see. Hello, Ginger. Hello, Emily. It's good to see y'all here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Cat Mom Kristen, for that number one. Thank you, Carla, for that number one. I hope everyone's had a wonderful day since I saw you this morning. So, a couple of things. I forgot that it was the big Super Bowl or whatever. I know. So I won't keep y'all long. What I wanted to do was go over our standard like case updates, what's coming up this week, et cetera, because we got some pretty big stuff happening this week, and just a couple of like things that have been on the back burner that I've been paying attention to that we have followed and whatnot. So that being said, and as it stands right now, I've not seen anything else major about the Nancy Guthrie situation. They've been checking, pardon me, like a septic tank in the back and things like that. And there's more police activity, but we haven't had any like major like boom, right? So we're kind of holding out for that. So what I want to do is talk about three specific things. I want to talk about Anna Keaptainner, or not her, but the situation with that. Alec Murdaugh, what's going on with that this week? And then Corey Richins, this is the next trial we're getting ready to stream. We're getting ready to start like doing live chats and going over jury selection. Like this is all like kind of just happening all of a sudden, right? Not all of a sudden, but you know what I mean. So we're going to start with Anna Keaptainner, and let me just pull up the screen over here. Thank you. Now, pardon me, Anna Keaptainner, and wait, where did I just go with this? So Anna Keaptainner, if you remember, this is the cruise ship situation where her stepbrother allegedly killed her. Has he gone to court yet? No. Has he been arrested officially? Yeah. A lot of people are like, why hasn't he been arrested? What's going on? He was the only one in the room. It's, what's up? And so that's happened. So I'm going to read a quick little thing about it, and then we're going to watch a couple of news clips about it I've saved and just have kind of waited to watch them with y'all. Let's see here. According to a law enforcement source, the 16-year-old stepbrother, hold on, these ads, TMZ is so terrible with us, was led by U.S. Marshals into a Miami federal courtroom for an appearance, but since he's a juvenile, the case was sealed. It's unclear if he's been charged in a federal complaint or indictment. Let me scroll down. After his court appearance, the stepbrother was released to the custody of a guardian, according to ABC News. On November 7th, Keaptainer's body was reportedly discovered inside the cabin she shared with her stepbrother on the Carnival Horizon. She was allegedly asphyxiated after someone put her in a chokehold. Just after her death, media reports surfaced claiming that her stepbrother had a strange infatuation with her. Stephen Weston, the father of Anna's ex-boyfriend, told one outlet the stepbrother climbed on top of Anna's bed on a single occasion. So that's the gist of it, okay? So that's the case if you remember it. So what I want to do is go watch these little news clips real quick with you, and then we'll keep going. That's not the one I want to show you, but this is. Please hold. Yeah, it is. I don't know about where y'all are at. It's freezing here, y'all. And what's weird is it's warmer than it was during the snow, but it's colder. I don't know. It's weird. It's like a different kind of cold, but it doesn't have the smell of snow in the air, if that makes sense. I don't know about how it is like up north for you, Emily, but like here you can smell the snow coming. Okay, here we go.
At 6.
Well, tonight there are breaking developments in the case of Anna Keaptainner.
She is the Titusville teen who was found dead on a Carnival cruise ship last fall. Keaptainer's younger stepbrother, who the family has called a suspect in her murder, reportedly just appeared before a judge in Miami. So let's get right out to News 6 investigator Mike DeForest.
Yes.
He's live in the newsroom with what he's learning. Mike.
Moments ago, your Titusville community correspondent James Sparvero spoke with Anna Keaptainer's father. The father tells us that Anna Keaptainer's 16-year-old stepbrother appeared in court today in Miami. Now, I've reached out to both the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami. Neither agency has confirmed that. Of course, though, typically in cases involving juveniles like this one perhaps does, court records and court proceedings are sealed. 18-year-old Anna Keaptainner was found dead on the Carnival Horizon cruise ship in November. Family members say she had been asphyxiated and that Keaptainer's younger stepbrother has been under investigation for her murder. Authorities have never confirmed those details. Now, if prosecutors have charged that stepbrother in connection with Keaptainer's death, it's important to note that this would not be considered a, quote, criminal case. Instead, in the federal court system, juveniles go through what are called delinquency proceedings. Now, we will continue working to get details about what happened in court today involving Anna Keaptainer's stepbrother. Keaptainer's father tells us he's upset. That's because he says the stepbrother was released from custody today and will continue living with family in Hernando County. Reporting live in the newsroom, Mike DeForest.
Okay, let's watch this one, and then we're going to talk about that. Hold on one second.
November. Her stepbrother was in federal court in Miami today, but what happened was sealed. West 2's Gail Pascal-Brown is live in studio. And Gail, you spoke with an attorney unrelated to this case who suspects what may have happened today.
Yeah, a veteran criminal defense attorney says because Anna Keaptainer's stepbrother was able to walk into the courthouse today, it's almost certain he knew exactly what the charges were and that he knew that he had to be at the courthouse today. Oftentimes, he adds, defendants know exactly what they're walking into.
Can you tell us the status of his release terms?
Not a word from Anna Keaptainer's stepbrother nor his attorney as he left federal court in Miami Friday.
Can you tell us your name, ma'am, just who his counsel is?
Keaptainer's stepbrother, who's not being named because of his age, is 16 years old, and he kept his head down. The teenager appeared before a federal magistrate in Miami during a closed court hearing. Anna Keaptainner was found dead on a Carnival cruise ship on November 7th. Court documents filed under the Family Law Division had the words suspected murder in it. Court records say Keaptainner was found asphyxiated under a bed on the ship during a family vacation, and she was sharing the room with her stepbrother.
Any comment on the case?
Though it's unclear what happened in Friday's hearing, veteran criminal defense attorney Ryan Vecchio with Nijame Law says,
well, it's very likely that he has been criminally charged in the federal system. All those under the age of 18 start as juvenile delinquents, which means the proceedings are closed, the courtroom is closed, and we're not going to see any paperwork on the docket at this point.
Our partners at NBC South Florida in Miami also said the teen went into a probation office where defendants are usually processed for pretrial release.
He could be charged with any crime of violence, anywhere from tampering with evidence all the way through premeditated homicide at this point. Because he's a juvenile, we're not going to have access to the filing documents or the court file.
He also says in federal court, juveniles have closed-door proceedings and
Sandy.
their court files sealed.
Even more, no matter how heinous the crime, under federal law, juveniles who are found to be delinquent can only be sentenced up until their 21st birthday, even for a homicide.
Do you think that they're going to prosecute him as an adult? Do you think they'll try him as an adult?
given the facts of this case, the brutal nature of her death and the cover-up that was involved, I think it's likely that ultimately the government will proceed as an adult in this prosecution.
But Attorney Ryan Vecchio says for now, the public will not be able to see anything with this case other than the teenager walking in and out of the courthouse. Now, we did reach out to the FBI and we were told that they do not provide any kind of up.
Okay, so let's stop here. Let me get rid of that one. I pulled this up over here, y'all, because I Googled this. I've never seen this before. So this is going to be a legal, interesting thing. So you heard what they just said about the juvenile delinquent thing and whatnot. Okay, so this is like the AI. You know how when you Google something that gives you the AI overview? Okay, hold on one second. Okay, this is what it says about this. And my mouth is kind of on the ground over this. I had no idea. A delinquency hearing in federal court is an adversarial proceeding under the Federal Juvenile Delinquency Act to determine if a juvenile under 18 committed a federal crime. Instead of a criminal trial, a judge decides if the youth is adjudicated delinquent, focusing on rehabilitation, treatment, and community safety rather than punishment. Key aspects of a federal delinquency hearing. Purpose: to determine if the juvenile is responsible for a federal offense, often occurring when state courts lack jurisdiction or the crime has a significant federal interest. Procedure: proceedings are generally closed to the public and heard by a district judge. Rights: juveniles have constitutional protections, including the right to counsel, to present evidence, to remain silent, and to cross-examine witnesses. Outcome: if found delinquent, the judge enters a disposition rather than a sentence, which may include probation, detention, or restitution. Adult transfer: for serious crimes committed by juveniles age 15 or older, the court may transfer the case to adult criminal court. Key differences from adult court: term: adjudication of a delinquency instead of conviction. Goal: rehabilitation focused, though detention is possible. Evidence standard: the government must prove the act occurred beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay, hold on. So that being said, I mean, and you heard that one attorney on here, he's like, they'll probably do it as like an adult because it's so heinous or whatever. I mean, he hid the body, he did this, he did that. But I mean, that's wild. I had no idea. I had no idea that's how that worked. So we're going to keep our eye on that. Obviously, that's the biggest, we're not going to get much more than that out of that case for now because he is 16. You saw him walking the thing there going in and out. So clearly something's happened. He's probably on pretrial. He's going to go through this process. They're going to decide what they're going to do with him. And I mean, worst case scenario, well, look at it from his point of view. Worst case scenario for him is he gets transferred to adult court and it's going to be a wrap, right? Because I mean, nobody else is around when she died. It's pretty obvious what took place. If he doesn't, I mean, I don't even know not much about him, like what's wrong with them to have committed this, right? Anyways, so there's that. Now, let's talk about, let me pull up my notes here. I said a shube. I said a dube. I said a shube. I said a dube. Okay, let's see what this says. We don't want Home Depot. No. Please hold. Okay, so Alec Murdaugh, Columbia, South Carolina, this week, appeals court, South Carolina Supreme Court appeals. Shanna and I will be traveling to Columbia to attend this hearing on the 11th in person. So we will be reporting back from it. We'll be taking notes. We'll live stream at some point that day. We'll tell you what happened. Hopefully we'll get the tea on it. We'll do all those things, right? And we'll see what's going to take place. Obviously, they're not going to come up with an answer that day. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. If anybody is in, hey, Rue, yes, Zeth was my name today on the main channel. If anybody's in and around Columbia, we might try and do a little meetup. I put some feelers out there, but it's kind of, last minute, and it sounds like everybody's got something going on. But we'll see. But we'll be in Columbia if anybody's around there. Now, after that, let's watch this right here real quick. And let's kind of get like a head of the situation with his attorney. And we'll go from there. Please hold. Please hold while I figure out how to share the screen for the umpteenth time. I do it every time. I can never remember.
Murdaugh get a fair trial? That is the key question before the South Carolina Supreme Court coming up next Wednesday.
His attorneys argue improper contact between the clerk of courts and jurors requires a new trial. Well, Murdaugh, a former attorney, is serving 2 life sentences for the June 2021 killings of his wife Maggie and son Paul. His attorneys argue the verdict should be thrown out because jurors were improperly influenced by the now former clerk of court, Becky Hill.
Our Nick Neville covered that trial 3 years ago and has been following that case ever since. Nick, I know you had an opportunity to sit down with Murdaugh attorney Dick Harpootlian. He says that Hill's conduct is really central to this appeal.
That's right, Judy and Hannah. And Harpootlian said that Hill's conduct and comments to jurors demand a new trial, regardless of whether they actually influenced the verdict here. State prosecutors disagree, saying that the conviction should stand and jurors were not influenced. We should note that we sought an interview with prosecutors today, but they declined.
For the murder of Paul Murdaugh, whom you probably love so much, I sentence you to prison for murdering him for the rest of your natural life.
Nearly 3 years removed from his conviction for the murders of his wife and son, Alec Murdaugh back in the spotlight. We're just days away from oral arguments before the state Supreme Court in his appeal. At issue, the denial of his motion for a new trial, which came during a 2024 hearing presided over by former South Carolina Supreme Court Chief Justice Jean Toll. Also, evidentiary and legal issues raised during the 6-week trial in 2023.
There's no blood found on any vehicle in the house, no clothes, no weapons, no confession, no statement to anybody, nothing to indicate that he murdered anybody that night.
In that 2024 hearing, Toll determined that although Clerk of Court Becky Hill made inappropriate statements to jurors, her comments did not lead to his conviction. His attorney, Dick Harpootlian, tells me that is the wrong legal standard.
The standard is if an elected official, if a state actor, that would be her, says things to a juror or jurors in an effort to convince them to vote a certain way, that's all that's required.
I asked him about the state's position that the juror's decision was based on, quote, overwhelming evidence of Murdaugh's guilt, end quote.
You're entitled to a fair trial, and case after case after case says it doesn't matter how strong the evidence is. It doesn't matter how nefarious the defendant is. It doesn't matter if it appears overwhelmingly that he's guilty or she's guilty. They're entitled to a fair trial.
Again, the Attorney General's office declined an interview request. In a statement, they said, quote, we look forward to arguing our case before the South Carolina Supreme Court, end quote. In court filings, they say Murdaugh's defense is trying to bring up issues already decided at trial, like cell phone data and testimony about Murdaugh's financial plans. Nick Neville, WIS News 10.
Well. Hello, Nikki Love. Hey, Tori, how's it going? So that's what we're going to be going to this week, right? So Wednesday, but we'll still be streaming. We'll still be doing stuff. Clearly we'll update y'all on Wednesday, like with how the hearing goes and whatnot. Maybe even throughout the day. I don't know. But we're going to try and get there super early so we can be sure to get in and get a seat, right? So we'll see. Now, on to the big thing of the evening. Bum, bum, bum. Let me pull this up. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Corey Richins. Y'all. Let me see where we're going to start this out. Let's see here, y'all. Starts 2:06, ends 4:34. Please hold. Currently holding. So we're going to go to that. We're going to go to this. We're going to go to share. We're going to go to this. We're going to go to this. There's so many buttons to push to get there, right? Then we're going to go to this, and we're going to go to this. Then we're going to go to this. I mean, so many go to thises. Look at where it landed on him. Look at how that happened to land on him. I don't even know him, but I feel like we need to screenshot this and send it to him. Like, is that not perfect? Right? Bless his heart. That is so funny. There's so many things you could say to that. Like, what is he measuring? Why is he surprised about it? What kind of a look is that on his face? Okay, so this is going to be about Corey Richins. And Corey Richins is a trial we're streaming next. She has allegedly, well, you know what? I forgot. We got Moscow Mules. Let's give the people what they want, y'all. Moscow Mules for everybody. Boom, 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 boom. Poisonous, of course. I mean, you know, just know that. Know that. So, yeah, and books. We've got books for Corey. Moscow Mules for Corey. I mean, yeah, we got it all going on over here. So Corey is allegedly, she has not been convicted, guilty, and sentenced to prison yet, but you know, we're not too far away from that, I don't think. She allegedly killed her husband with poisoned Moscow Mules and with fentanyl, the whole 9 yards, right? She wrote children's books about it. She's very big about writing stories that are confessions in weird ways. She's a very interesting character, right? So this has gone on for years. I feel so sorry for the people that actually loved her husband, right? Because she was not one of them, and at all. And this has been dragged out and dragged out and dragged out and dragged out. Well, it's finally going to trial. Now, again, I'll believe it when we see it. But jury selection starts this week, right? Trial is slated to start towards the end of the month. So there's that. Okay, let's watch this little clip. Let's unfreeze little Mr. Whatever.
Mark today. We'll talk more about the forecast and how it's going to evolve over the next 7 just ahead.
All right, Matt, we'll check back in with you. In just a matter of hours, court proceedings continue in the Corey Richins trial. She, of course, is the Camas mother accused of poisoning her husband back in 2022, then writing a children's book about grief. A strikes for cause hearing, as it's known, is set to begin this morning in Park City. That's an important beginning step in the jury selection process, but they'll also be finalizing what evidence will be allowed at trial. News specialist Jody Reynosa live this morning with more. Jody.
Good morning. It really is a critical step in making sure that Richins gets a fair trial February 23rd. And being that this case has been heavily publicized, now both sides of the legal team and a judge, they want to make sure that they eliminate things, and jurors specifically from the jury pool that have bias, that have conflicts of interest, or the inability to be fair, hence a strike for cause. Now, KSL's legal analyst Greg Skordas says a strike for cause can happen for several reasons.
Maybe they have some personal bias. Maybe they can't follow the law. Maybe they have health or other issues that they can't deal with. So they'll start whittling the jury down from probably dozens or maybe even 100 potential members down to the 12 that they'll probably need for the trial.
In a recent motion, the defense already gathered 1,723 juror questionnaires, and 85.3% recognize the case. Of those, 60% say they either followed the case somewhat or very closely. But beyond jury selection, evidence is also a key piece of today's court agenda.
To what evidence can and will be admitted, and the judge is going through those bit by bit and piece by piece to try to decide and sort of pare down what's going to be admitted at trial, what won't be.
As those arguments play out, the defense has requested again for a change of venue from Summit County to Salt Lake County. They believe that it will likely give Richins a better trial so that it's impartial. So now, as far as charges go, Richins has been charged on several counts of first, second, and third degree felonies, including aggravated murder and attempted murder. Reporting live in Lehigh, Jody Reynosa, KSL 5 News.
All right, Jody, thanks for that update this morning.
Okay, so you heard that, right? Now we're going to switch over to this computer. So this is the little AI overview from the Google question. Okay, jury selection for the murder trial of Corey, accused of poisoning her husband, is scheduled to begin February 10th, Tuesday, 2026. The proceedings, overseen by Judge Richard Mrazek in Summit County, Utah, are expected to last several days before the trial begins on February 23rd. So what we will be doing is we'll be doing like we do. I don't think they're going to televise the jury selection. I can't remember. I feel like they wouldn't. If they do not, we will do our live chats in the evenings and like read people's tweets and like talk about it and go over it like we do, kind of our little recap things. And then obviously once the trial starts, right? 100% streaming this one. So we'll see. Hey, Dandelion says it won't give her a better trial. Too many people in Salt Lake County, my county, know too much. Yeah, I feel like. So are you saying, Dandelion? Are you saying like even if they move it? Oh, you're going to be there, Dandelion. Yes, wave to us. Let us know you're there. They are not streaming the jury selection. Emily confirms. Okay, so yeah, they can zoom us in. We'll be real impartial. We'll be like, do you mind if we use our emojis, our Moscow emojis? They'll be like, what's that for? The poison cocktails. And they'll be like, y'all can all just go home. And you should honestly be ashamed of yourselves. Right. Why do y'all keep dropping Moscow mules in the chat room here, in the courtroom Zoom? Those are like bottoms up for Corey. They're poisonous Moscows. So yeah, so that's what we'll do. We'll be doing our little live chats and whatnot. So Tuesday evening will be the first day. That one's going to be, and they might be a little bit later over the next few days while we're in South Carolina. But don't worry, we've been waiting on this one for years. So we'll definitely be following that. And then obviously still with Nancy, I recorded a video on Nancy Guthrie today for the main channel. Obviously, much of it will have come and gone by the time the video comes out, but we'll see, right? We shall see. Culinary, what's up? So that's kind of all the updates I want to do tonight, y'all. So kind of a short live chat. Very short live chat. What we'll do is I'm gonna go back downstairs, eat, help clean the floors. Yeah, pull your ear, Dandelion, like Carol Burnett used to do. Let everybody get back to their Super Bowl. Hey, Mama Bear. Yeah, if anybody sees Troublemaker Baker, I don't know how to get a hold of them. They sent me a blanket from Throne, and I haven't seen her in the chat room. If anybody sees her or knows how to get a hold of her, let me know. Because I want to thank her. It doesn't have a thing to like an email or anything. I just saw that it came from Troublemaker Baker. But I'm here right now. Da da dun 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 dun. Da da da. Okay, y'all. I gotta run. I'm tired. I don't know about y'all. I'm not watching the Super Bowl myself. I never really do. It's not really my thing. Now, if somebody was like, "Oh, we're doing a Super Bowl party," sure. Well, no, because what time is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm down for like sport event type parties or that type thing, but not like I wouldn't want to go to the game, right? Not like that. Not the Super Bowl. A different game, sure. But like as long as people that I was with weren't expecting me to be like all up in the game. Like I like the vibe, right? More so than like the who just won a point, if that makes sense. Forever Wonder says, I'm in a house full of straight men watching the Super Bowl. Don't leave. Oh no. Oh no. Are they all rooting for the same team? That's where it could get like, yeah, the Olympics is on. I would be quicker to watch the Olympics, and I might actually have that on while we're cleaning. I'm only into sports because I'm a sentient being in my living room as they occur, right? Yeah, to me, like games, I think like I think of like UNC, like the local sports, like times we've gone. That can be kind of fun, like if you go with a group of friends. But again, I'm not keeping up with like who's winning. It's more of like a vibe, you know what I mean? Um, that type situation. Mm. I know, right, Tori? Yeah, I just want to watch the halftime show to support. I could care less about football, literally. Yeah. I just never really got into like watching sports in that way. I come from a sports watching family, but it just wasn't really just never really was my thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, college football. I came from a college football, basketball watching family. You know what I mean? Oh, you made a charcuterie for dinner? That sounds good. That's what I like about that. Yeah, like okay, so Irish says hockey amuses you because they can fight and stuff. Yes. Lacrosse, things like that to me are interesting to watch. Yeah, the Super Bowl, the commercials and the food. Like if you're somewhere where they made food, you wouldn't want to be here. There's no snacks. Adult Lunchables for dinner, literally. A really expensive Lunchable platter. What's that? A charcuterie board. Yeah, the commercials, Kathy, are amazing. Ooh, pigs in a blanket. That sounds so good. Oh, thanks, Kimmy. Have a good evening. Yeah, the hockey. We have the well, not here where I'm at now, but in Raleigh we had who's the hockey team in Raleigh? Do y'all know? Hurricanes? Is that the name of them? I mean, we have a hockey team or whatever. I don't know how they stand in the national world of hockey, but ooh, the Rotel chips and dip. That sounds good. Man, we should have gotten. I meant to get queso today. The Hurricanes dandelion. Okay, yeah. Never gone to one of their games. Never gone. Now, I would like to do that. That would be fun to me. Especially if they got rough and tough and rumbled. I don't want to see any teeth fly out of somebody's mouth, though. Oh, you up in Detroit? I bet so. Yeah. Y'all make me hungry. They're okay as far as the league goes. Okay, interesting. So what we'll do is this, y'all. So I'm gonna go now. I'm officially hungry. So we will touch base tomorrow. If there's major overnight stuff with the Nancy case, we'll do a live chat in the morning sometime, right? If there's not, and it's just standard, we might do one tomorrow night to kind of stay on top of it, and prep for everything or whatever. That's kind of it. So we'll be in touch, this week or whatever, and just keep doing what we're doing. Just keep hanging in there. So that's it. Thank y'all for hanging out, taking a little break from whatever you're doing and coming for our little case updates. Thank you, mods, for being here. Thank you, squad, for being here. And just if you're out partying, Super Bowl and whatever, just be safe on the roads. Stay warm, stay snuggly. When you eat all your snacks, think of me. Transfer the energy without the calories to me. Right. But that's it. So I'll see y'all in the morning or in the afternoon at some point tomorrow. I love y'all. We'll close out with Slow Morrison's Ode to the Sofa. And then I will talk to y'all later. Alligator.
The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough. Join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Bert's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, hey, hey. come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh, oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, 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 come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.